Hello everybody, welcome back to Art by the Lake. Today, by popular request, by popular demand, we're going to do a heat wave inspired set of paintings. We're going to do a very simple 3-color plus white, and we're going to compare silicone, coconut milk serum, and rubbing alcohol. The colors are mixed exactly the same by weight, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, and 1 part distilled water. The only difference in the colors red, yellow, and orange that you see in front of you here is that this batch over here has a few drops of silicone. This batch here has a drop or 2 of coconut milk serum, and this batch over here has about 3 or 4 drops of 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I have 3 cups here. We're going to do a very simple dirty cup flip on these 3 and see how that comes out, so we can compare silicone to coconut milk serum to alcohol for the creation of cells. For fun, I've noticed we lose a lot of paint in an interesting way. I have down here at the bottom, you can kind of see, the top for you, bottom for me, a couple 2-inch by 2-inch mini canvases. And when we tilt these, we're going to tilt them and let them spill out onto the mini canvas. So that should be enough to keep us busy. I'm going to pour these into these cups in the order you see them, and I'm going to repeat that. So it will be red, yellow, orange, white, red, yellow, orange, white, red, yellow, orange. I'd like to end on orange, but we'll see how that goes. And so I'm going to create the dirty cups now. And I'll try to be gentle, even though these are pretty deep cups. So I don't want it to do too much crazy stuff in the cup just yet. So it'll get quiet now because we're just really going back and forth between red, yellow, orange, white. The white has nothing in it. It's just paint and water and Floetrol. I did not put any silicone or any other cell creating ingredients into the white. So that's why we mixed up just 1 big cup of white, and we didn't mix up individual cups for each of the canvases here. These are 8 by 10 canvas. It's very simple stretch, cheap canvas. The paints today come to us from, I believe, Walmart. So they are also cheap paints. I'm using pure pigments today, so that way there's no variable here of mixing paint, of mixing my own colors. So these colors are right as they come out of the bottle. I think I'll go 1 more round here, and then we should have more than enough in this one. Yeah, final round here. So all in now. So there's the end of the red. There's the end of the yellow. This should be pretty chaotic because, as you can see, for an 8 by 10 canvas, I have an awful lot of paint here. So we'll see how it goes. As I mentioned, I'm going to end all of them with orange. I'd like to see orange take center stage. So I know it's been a while for us to not be doing videos. It's been 3 or 4 weeks, I think, since we filmed our last one. But with the holidays and the travel that we've been doing, it just hasn't been easy to sit down and do a video. It takes a lot to put together one of these videos. We have 2 cameras running, the video camera, and we have a time-lapse camera running. So getting everything set up. We have our canvas up on push pins to pull them up off the work surface. So getting this whole thing set up, getting the rig and the lighting all set up, takes a little bit of time. It is coming up on the 4th of July for us. Yes, we dripped on the canvas, don't worry about that. That will get blown right off the side. So we're coming up on the 4th of July, so things are getting busy here at Art by the Lake. And we have actually sold a few paintings, so packing up our paintings and shipping them takes a little bit of time. So I apologize for not pushing out videos. We have been pushing out some of our previous time-lapse videos that we make. I like to shoot time-lapse on this camera, and you get some pretty interesting effects with time-lapse. So we like pushing those out. If you like them, comment, let me know. If you like the paintings, comment, let me know. I'm gradually moving these cups out of the way a little bit because I anticipate that I will be tilting these paintings. So let's go all in on this cup. There's the last of the red. Here comes the last of the yellow, if I can get a grip on it. If you like what we're doing, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you like the paintings and you want to contact me about the paintings, you can reach me at artbythelake@gmail.com. If you're interested in purchasing any of the paintings, you can find them on eBay or on Etsy. Both of those are at Art by the Lake. So you can find us pretty easily. We do lean more toward eBay because the traffic is much better. So we tend to use eBay more than we use Etsy. Etsy, the prices and the traffic just aren't great all the time. So as much as I like the forum, I just don't see the activity that I see on eBay. And most of our sales come from eBay, believe it or not. We price them about the same. People have asked me that. We price them both pretty much the same. There are occasions where the listing fees and selling fees are a little bit higher or lower at any given point on one of the other platforms. So occasionally we have to make just a tiny price difference, but it's not much. If you have requests, we do custom paintings. So by all means, if you have something you'd like to see us create for you specifically, hit me up on email, artbythelake@gmail.com. So we're coming down to it here. I've used up almost all of my white. That's probably it for the white. We'll save a tiny bit for touch-up. We're going to go all in on this last one. So this will be the last of the red, yellow, and orange on this last one. I'm going to get the cups a little bit out of the way here so that I have room to do some tilting if I need to. I do plan to tilt, so. And I'm, again, trying to keep these as uniform as possible so that, you know, we can get a very good comparison of silicone versus coconut versus alcohol. We've had a lot of requests for this one. We've done these comparisons before. If you look back in our old videos, you'll see these comparisons. I like doing them. It's fun. A little bit of science in it, I guess. So, but this one is very, very simple. So let's do the flip cup first here on the silicone. And because we have time lapse running, I'm trying to get these approximately back in the same spot so that the time lapse doesn't get too freaked out. Get these lined up. I'm going to let them settle a little bit as I do this so that they have a chance to run down inside the cup. I'm going to do a quick check of time. Okay, we have 10 minutes. We're perfect here. So I'm going to lift these one at a time and just see what happens. You can see they're seeping a little bit. So up first is silicone. So here goes silicone. Looks good, right? Right out of the gate. Up next is coconut milk serum. Also looks pretty good right out of the gate. We'll do some tilting here to get these things to spread a little bit. We do our best to level the canvases before we start the fun here, but I gotta say, it's very difficult to get them perfectly level, mainly because sometimes these canvases just themselves are not level. So there goes the alcohol. That's the third one. So there's all three of our dirty cup pours. So I've given them a little bit of time to settle around. Now I'm going to stretch them a little bit. It's always hardest getting down in the corners, and while many times I will pre-paint the corners, I did not on this one. This is a case where I really just wanted to keep things all equal to be able to compare the three cell creators. So we'll get this one up to the top corner, and then we're going to park it and see what it does from there. Sometimes as you tilt, I'll have people that will email me and say, God, you just destroyed the best part of the painting. And sometimes that happens. You know, you're dealing with a rectangular canvas here. It's tough to be perfect. So there's that one. I am going to try to leave these alone. I'm going to do the same sort of tilting for each one. And then I'm going to sit them down and walk away from them. I'm not going to touch up. I'm not going to paint the edges. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let Mother Nature take care of it so we can compare the cell creators. We like silicone and coconut milk serum. So far they're our favorites. But it's different. You know, the effect is different with each painting. So we encourage people to try this out, play around for themselves, see which one you like. And use the one you like. Or do what we do and try them all the time. See what happens. Ooh, almost spilled the white. So I'm just encouraging some of this to go over the edge a little bit where we've missed. Okay, 2 down. Last but not least, the alcohol. And you can see the alcohol has like some smaller cells. And that's what I've definitely noticed with the rubbing alcohol, that you get a finer cell creation, if that makes any sense. I got to tell you, I'm honestly a little bit surprised at how much paint we used. I expected this to be a mega mess, and so far it is not. Okay. I'm going to touch up this corner down here. This spot right there. Wipe off my hands. And now we're going to just let them alone. You can see the experiment I'm doing with the little mini canvas in the corner down at the bottom. Didn't really work. So we'll do something pretty interesting here. With the mini canvas, what I like to do is dip it. So you'll see you get a little bit of an effect there. We'll turn that over and dip it again. We'll do the same over here. Double dip. I see an interesting spot up here in between the paintings. So we'll dip into that if we can. These tend to be mush, for lack of a better word. They don't get good cell creation for whatever reason. They don't get good color creation for whatever reason. They just get kind of a mush. You can see sometimes it's interesting. This one's a little bit interesting. We'll dip that again and move it out of here. I didn't put push pins in these. So this is comparing silicone, which you can see is going crazy here with the whites, to coconut milk serum, which you can see is going crazy here with the yellows. And there's our sign. Our sign's getting ruined. And you can see that our last one is rubbing alcohol, and that's kind of going crazy with yellows. I'm going to hit them each with a little bit of torch, just to see if there's anything under there we can wake up, and oh yeah, there is. Not as much with the coconut milk serum, you can see. Silicone seems to react the best. Yeah, and not as much with rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is doing its own thing though that I really like. So for cell creation on this one, bigger cells with coconut milk serum, more cells but smaller with silicone, and a lot of cells but smaller with rubbing alcohol. So try this for yourself. This is comparing silicone, coconut milk serum, and isopropyl alcohol. We are Art by the Lake. If you want to email me, you can email me at artbythelake@gmail.com. You can find us on Etsy or eBay at Art by the Lake as well. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. We're coming up to the end, so thanks for joining us. We are Art by the Lake.